Hello, hello, hello. It's January 24th. For some reason, I wrote down 25th. Probably because I want the day to be over. Geez, the internet sucks. That's the title of today's journal. I think the most important place to start here is that the internet is fueled by controversy and divisive things, however you want to pronounce that word, however high your pretension levels are. But the algorithm favors interactions, right? And what garners interactions? Controversial things, hot takes, bad opinions, or low-hanging fruit. Whatever you want to toss in there, I think can fit. So I've been making journals for a good amount of time now, and one of the journals that I made was a Dave Ramsey video. And the thing about these journals here, which is sort of like kind of meta ironic now that I'm talking about journals while making a journal, but they're very off the cuff. I write down things throughout my day, and I reflect on things that I want to talk about and that are sort of on my mind for that day. And that Dave Ramsey thing was one of them. Could I have been more prepared, seeing as it's going to go public? Sure. Could I have been more charitable to Dave Ramsey? Sure, I guess. But, I want to be clear with the journals. They're very off the cuff. I'm not writing a video essay per se. So there's that. But returning to the controversial nature of our algorithms on the internet, I just think it's really silly how you'll have someone like Mark Zuckerberg go on to a podcast and talk about the world's problems and how we're divisive when he's directly or indirectly responsible for some of it, a decent percentage of why we can't have honest conversations on the internet, right? We can have honest conversations, but empathetic, I think, is the much better word. There's the off-the-cuff nature of these videos. I hope you know what I'm getting at, right? You create this system where people are interacting with one another, but it's fueled, and what gains the most attention, what is shown to most people, are the most controversial things. I don't know how we really can truthfully move forward from here. You'd like to think that there can somehow be coded into our algorithm some sort of virtue. I know people have tried. I know people want to do, they want to make it so that what's rewarded within the algorithm is good content or nice comments about things and things like this, or just not bad comments. I don't know how can you truthfully and meaningfully create something when you know that if it's not controversial, it has less likelihood to be seen. I don't know. Some people don't care about that, and that's awesome. Did I think that the Dave Ramsey video would be seen by more people than other journals? Yes. I chose the title, right? And after it got a bit of traction, I did stimulate the growth by what's the word? Promoting. There you go. There's the word. Promoting it on Reddit and my Discord channel. Just because I do believe that Dave Ramsey is, a wedge to empathy. I do believe that he gets in the way of empathy. And I probably should have been more specific in that video. But so the video got lots of comments for me, for a channel my size. I don't think it's the most comments I've ever had, but it's up there. And many of them were pretty crazy, the thumbnail will be one of those comments. And, you know, am I upset by the comments? No, I'll forget about them, you know, in a couple days. They're not going to live with me forever. I don't know these people. And that's sort of one of the things is like, I don't know, this is the first time I've received backlash before. Most of the time though, it was like truly like critically thought out backlash instead of, you know, just genuinely making fun of me and things like that. But Eli, all caps, if you're out there, thank you, because that is a type of comment that, you know, while it wasn't fully in favor of me by any stretch, that's the type of comment that I can appreciate. And I think that's the type of comments, like, as a creator, I should be able to somehow have a say and tell YouTube that, like, this is what the algorithm should be looking for when it comes to, like, somehow rewarding the user. I don't know. YouTube doesn't really have, like, it's not necessarily a social network, so I'm not sure how that would work. And I'm not a programmer, so this is sort of out of my forte. But let's see. I definitely don't feel victimized by the comments. Like I said, you know, I made the video, and it's really ironic because the journal before, the Dave Ramsey journal, the title was "We Forge the Chains We Wear in Life." So there you go. It still definitely made me double take. Like, I looked in the mirror. One of them, you know, they're calling me a basement dweller, you know, who'd just gotten done like 3-week Halo and weed binge, which, you know, it's funny. Like, I can't lie, even though that's not truthful. And so, like, I did a double take, and it's like, do I genuinely look like that? Maybe I do. Let me know if I do. But yeah, it's like, it still made me double take. And, you know, I am not the most secure person. I don't have super high self-esteem. It's definitely gotten better over the years, but, you know, so I did a double take this morning, and I was grateful that the video had sort of like stopped gaining views this morning, but now it's back to getting views, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. I've opened Pandora's box, haven't I? But I also saw a Ted Lasso clip this morning where he's playing darts against the main antagonist of the show, Rupert. And he's like, kids always used to judge me instead of being curious. And he's pretty much telling Rupert that that's him, because Rupert didn't ask him if he'd ever played darts before, and Ted embarrasses Rupert. Pretty much, you know, I think I got a lesson from that, and I think that that's just a good lesson generally for all my haters out there. But, you know, it's like, I should be more curious when it comes to people like Dave Ramsey. Like, I'm biased against him, and I probably will be for the foreseeable future. Like, I don't really see myself coming out of my left-leaning ideology, which I'm about to get into. But, yeah, I should be a bit more curious about Dave. Why did he end up believing the things that he believes? You know, all that good stuff. Sorry, I'm very fidgety because I'm kind of nervous here. I wanted to talk about my journal intentions a little bit. You know, did I try and catch lightning in a bottle by uploading the Ron DeSantis video the day after the Dave Ramsey video? You know, once I saw that, like, specific to my channel, the Dave Ramsey video was doing quite well. Yes, like I'm gonna be honest with myself, and this is a part of the journals. I want to be honest with myself, and I don't know. I even prepared more than I usually do, and did like sort of a half-assed video essay on Ron DeSantis and why I think he's bad. So I'm a little disappointed in myself for that, but, you know, I just circled back to sort of the questions I was asking yesterday. I don't know, I would love to promote a more empathetic and conversational world, right? but my biases do kind of get in the way when I make the Dave Ramsey or Ron DeSantis video. Even though I feel as if they're good things, clearly I need to readjust my thoughts in some capacity. But right now I sort of feel like René Descartes in Meditations. He's a French philosopher who sort of came to this turning point in his life where he wanted to sort of create a new theory of knowledge, and he's tried to like discard all of his preconceived notions, all of his opinions, all of his beliefs, and see where he would end up. And that's where the famous "I think, therefore I am," the cogito, I'm not sure the Latin, but that's where it comes from. And because that was like his first piece of new knowledge that he knew he existed. And that's sort of where I feel like I'm at ideologically. Like, these journals were an attempt for me to ground myself more, because I did feel myself becoming like a little unmotivated and just out of touch. And so that was a big reason why I started these journals. But yeah. The crux of my channel is that I'm on the hunt for what it means to be human, and inherently that's anti-religious, because religion tells you what it means to be human inherently. And so I know that in terms of what I stand for, I'll always probably be moderately skeptical at best of religion, Western religions specifically. So I don't know, I'm trying to have an honest journey here, a journey with the journals. Jor. I don't know if that's a prefix or not, but that's just the goal. It's to be a learning process. I'm gonna make mistakes along the way. Would I consider the Dave Ramsey video a mistake? Somewhat, because I could have been more prepared if I was going to talk about a topic that is, I guess, touch and go for many people. And again, that's why I made the Ron DeSantis video and was more prepared for it, instead of it being, only off the cuff, freestyle, and so to speak. But I do think that's where I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that, even though, not even 10% of the amount of people that saw the Dave Ramsey video saw the Ron DeSantis video. But I think that's where I'll end it. It's funny because people were making fun of me for being the typical lazy liberal. Had they watched the rest of the Dave Ramsey video, they would have seen that I was about to go into the gym after recording that, and I thought that was funny. And that's what I'm about to do here. I'm about to go in the gym and do leg day. I really do not want to do leg day. Today has been a dreary, gray day outside, and I don't have lots of energy. But yeah, I hope you all have a good day. I'm gonna really try to not worry about the algorithm, I guess, even though that just gets us back to our first point here. I've touched on this in the algorithmic soul sacrifice video. It's pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but clear cut might be the best way to put it. It's clear cut how to find a path on the internet, and I want to do good. I want to shed light on the hunt for what it means to be human. I want to make it so that we can have a more conversational world. I want to fight against the things I consider are bad and fight for the things I consider to be good. But when the algorithm just favors controversy, it stinks, and that's why I pay attention to it. I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try to let my authenticity carry me And if it gets me to a point where I have an audience, then that's awesome. But I don't know, I just feel as if there's some really interesting things at play here, especially like my intentions. I'm trying to be as honest as possible here, you know? But yeah. I'll probably be talking about this for the next few days, when I still want to talk about the fact that I think life is happier without God. And that's where I'll leave you. Peace and love.